coaching the Cowboys. I don't know if it's live or not. I think it's live. We'll see. Testing 1, 2, 3. Not sure if it's going live or not. We'll test this. So I've got my game face on, put my helmet on, going to talk about the Cowboys. Last time I did episode 2, I was 2-3. Good news is we performed that performance. We're 2-3 again in the next few games. So it's been a terrible season, sitting at 4-6. We played the Chargers this week. Not sure if we'll really get to play it or not. I may end up having a sim loss because we took a delay. Hopefully not. I don't like having a loss, but terrible season so far. We got a long ways to go, but I think we can turn it around. The settings have been going back and forth. Just can't figure out what we're gonna do. You won't hear me complain about the settings. I'm just gonna play with what we got, and it's gonna be fun. So I'm ready to roll. So let's look at kind of how we've done real quick before we get into the Week 12 updates. It's been a rough season. So we've lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1, lost 1, took a bye week, lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1, lost 1. Hey, so if I play the Chargers this week, even though they're 9-1, I'm probably supposed to win one if it goes pattern stays the same. But the Chargers are pretty good, and it's gonna be a tough game. But I don't know if we'll get to play it or not. Hopefully, we're looking for an 8 p.m. kickoff if we do play today, and then I got the Redskins, great opponent. Got the Giants. Sad to see Ryan go. It's probably tough. And then we got to go play a Mike, and then the Seahawks and Eagles. So we could lose a lot of these games, but we're going to play our butts off and try to just get ready to win and try to do as much as we can to save the season. Overall, injuries early on hurt us bad. Then after that, we got figured out. We were ready to go. But that's kind of really, there's not a whole lot of talk about the Cowboys. Let's do a quick view of my stats real quick. And then we'll look at the Week 12 UFL Cowboys, see how everybody else is doing that actually knows how to play the game. Because apparently I don't know how to play the game this year. And honestly, I haven't put enough time into it. I need to focus, get on the sticks, play some games, and get ready. So let's look at this. Sorry, I got a little sinus cold this morning, so I'll probably sound crazy. But that's why I put my helmet on, to be even crazier. So here we're going. We'll look at Dak. He only has 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. That's just terrible, 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 terrible. Got to get better at that. Yards per game, 182. I don't think I broke 100 on All Madden yet, so we've switched back to All Pro, All Madden. So I've got to work on this at all. Got to get longer passes. Got to get better at everything. Rushing, Elliott's been okay. He was hurt a few games, and so that hurt us a little bit. McFadden stepped in, did all right, but we're still averaging 87 yards a game. Not terrible. It could be much better. The receiving, this is where I got to get better. Dez, I got to get Dez the ball more. He's a monster, and I just can't get him the ball. Beasley's done all right. He's dropped some open passes that's frustrated us quite a bit. Witten, we know this is probably his last season, so overall we got some work to do there. Let's look at defense. Byron Jones is our leading tackler. Let's look at sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's my favorite defensive player on the team, so I'm glad to see he's doing it. Taco's getting a few sacks. These guys aren't getting enough pressure, though, so I got to either get me some more defensive linemen or figure out a way to upgrade these guys because they're not really getting the pressure I need. Really happy with my cornerbacks. They're playing great. Surprisingly, Jeff Heath is playing the best. That's odd. He's my worst defensive back on the team, but hey, we'll take it. And hopefully we can draft someone to step in young and potentially take over for Jeff unless he becomes some superstar. But really, that's all we got for the Cowboys. Not a whole lot to talk about. Sitting at 4-6. We need to win the game against the Chargers to even relatively hope. The only good news we have is our division is just as bad as we are, so that is nice. We just played the Eagles and got rolled, so there's pretty big separation between us and the Eagles. But if you look at our stats, there's not a whole lot of difference in the season. So the Eagles, they're sitting there at 5-5. They just beat me. I've lost to the Giants as well, so both of these guys, I got rematches coming up. I must win both of those if I have any chance. So as bad as the season's been, it's not over. I'm in the running, so I really hope I get to play my game against the Chargers. But if everybody's waiting on us, then odds are I'll probably lose anyways. But hopefully not. We'll see. So this is just crazy. This is a nutty division. Let's go look at some of the other divisions real quick. Let's go take a look around the UFL. Let's go back to the AFC North. So here, the AFC North, we got the Bengals. This division looks a lot like the NFC East, man. We got 4-6 Bengals. Oh, they got the tie, and they got the tie with the Ravens. 4-5-1. This is just nuts. So, hey, we got a viewer, so that's good. We actually got somebody watching. I'm going to tweet it out real quick and see. Since I got the helmet on, you might as well, right? That's just crazy. All right, so let's go back to this division. We got the Steelers. So everyone in this division is basically, I mean, this is like a carbon copy of the NFC East with the tie. These guys are all good owners, so anybody in here can win this game. Usually, it's the team who wins their home games that's going to win the division, and they're all struggling at that. You look at the NFC East; it's the same way. But right now, the Steelers are defeated at home, so hopefully they can turn that around. These guys have played 6 home games, so they got a lot of road games to go. It's going to be tougher for the Browns. AFC South, the Colts, the Titans, and the Jags. Wow, Texans are just struggling, but this is another wide open division. Part of this is the settings have changed back and forth. So I mean, everybody's complaining about the settings, but if you step back and look at it, it's a competitive division. Everybody plays on the same settings, no matter what. So it's going to be fun if everybody just groups together, plays their games, and just tries to be as sim as possible when they play. If you throw picks, you run the ball, do what you got to do. NFC East looks like the Jets have pretty much pulled away in this one, so this is pretty awesome. The Jets, the Patriots started off strong. I believe they started off 4-0. Let's look at their streak over here. No, they were. I guess they were 3-0, and then they lost one, so they got a 4-game streak, losing streak. But the Jets look to be the team in the East. Now this is the monster division, the AFC West. You got the Chargers. I really would like to beat the Chargers, so if we don't sim this, I would like to play them. The odds of me beating them are probably slim to none. I have beat them like once ever. That happened to be in Super Bowl, so that was kind of nice. The Raiders, Mike is amazing at the game. If you want to go see why you're winning and not losing, go check the hours played on Madden. Like, these guys are playing games. That's why they're winning, because they're actually learning how to play the game. You can check in this division, probably add the hours played up by these owners. It's going to be 3 or 4 times more than the rest of the divisions probably put together. These guys play the game. And then we got the Chiefs down here. Marlowe's coming back into the division. The Broncos just left, so that's going to be interesting to see. These two teams, AFC probably favorites. We'll see if anybody can knock them off in the AFC. Let's move to the NFC. So the Lions, the Vikings, the Bears aren't even out of it, so this is pretty good. The Packers, Preston actually left the Packers, and we moved over and have a new owner for the Packers, and it's Gene, so he's like the old Broncos owner. So the Packers are probably going to win the NFC the next few divisions after this season. So stay alert there and see how this goes. But Lions, Vikings, this is going to come down to the ends, man. We really need these teams to step up and play their games. It's going to be crazy. NFC South, you got the Bucks, the Panthers battling it out. Seems like these two. And the Falcons, they're good. He's had some rough games where he's had some bad breaks, but really this guy has got a good team. He plays really good. And the Saints, I mean, you never can count Tate out because he could turn it around. Once he gets a quarterback in there, I think we're going to see a lot better play out of him. So their first-round pick, I'm assuming, is probably going to be a quarterback, or he's going to make some crazy trade. And then we looked at the NFC East earlier. It's just mess. It's terrible. The Eagles are winning their home games, so probably they're going to win the division. If you had to guess, when you look at divisions like this, it's the team who wins their home games who wins it. If you lose home games, you're not going to make the playoffs. Home games, you can afford to lose 2 at the most because the road games are so hard. The Giants, the opposite, they were the road warriors, but Ryan's gone, so we'll see how that goes. So enough about the East. Let's look at the NFC West. So we got the Seahawks, we got the Cardinals, and we got the Rams. Never can count the Rams out. He plays hard, plays every game. He's good. He sticks to the game plan. He actually matches up. So he's looking at your team. He's finding the weak spot, going after your weak spot. So you better make sure your weak spot's not apparent when you play the Rams, or he's going to basically take advantage of it and beat you, because he's a good, smart game planner, basically. You can't watch his game and see how he's going to play against you, because he changes it up based on who he's playing. This division's going to be tight. So what I'm going to do now, I think just for fun, I'm going to go pick the winner of each division. We'll come back and see how well I did. So in the NFC North, this game is nasty. And I'm going to go out and make a bold statement that the 0-4 home team on the Steelers comes out and wins this division. So I'm picking the Steelers, mark it down. We got the Steelers winning the North. The South, this one's a mess. I really don't know who to pick here. The Jags owner just left. I hope he's coming back. If he's back, I would pick the Jags. But since I don't know if he's back or not, because it's going back and forth because the settings, I'm going to stick with the team who's won their home games, and go with the Colts. Colts are going to win this division unless the Jags come back, and then if the Jags owner comes back, then I would pick the Jags here. AFC East, Jets. There's no question. Jets going to win this division unless something drastic happens to them. AFC West, this one's going to get crazy. Let's go look at their division record. So we got 3-1, 3-1. I can't remember I think the Chargers lost to the Raiders. I got to go back and check that. But this division is going to be between these two teams, and I'm going to give the edge to the Raiders. I'm going to say the Raiders win. Nope. I can't say that. This is the Chargers. Silk is just an amazing player, so the Chargers win this division. Raiders come in a strong AFC, so that sucks whoever gets the last wild card because they're going to have to play the Raiders, so good luck with that. NFC North, this one's going to be interesting. This one, I think the Bears could fight back and get into this game, so I'm going to go with the winner of this division is going to be, I don't think we've seen the Lions win the division in a long, long time. So I want to see the Lions win the division. I'm kind of rooting for the Lions, but I do like all these other owners as well. And there's going to be some shakeups because you got the Packers here. Preston was a great owner too, so he had just a rough season. But with Gene in there, you're going to see the Packers beating some of these teams. So it really depends who hasn't played the Packers and who has played the Packers. I haven't looked at that yet. So that's really going to determine the winner of this division. Let's go look at their division record. Yeah, so they've only played 4 games. Everybody has to play them at least once more, so they're all going to get one more loss. Depending if Gene, it's how he plays with the Packers. We'll see. I'm going to say we get the Vikings in this one. I think the Vikings are going to come up and win this one. Even though they've lost more home games, I'm going to go against what I usually say. I would like to see the Lions just because I like the Lions in real life, but I think it's going to be the Vikings. We'll see. AFC South, this game is going to get interesting. You got the Panthers, you got the Bucks, the Falcons. If they pull it together, I mean, they really could chance, but chances of winning the division with just 5 games left is going to be tough. So we're going to go back and we're going to say home games are both. Let's go look at their division record. 3-0. Yeah, I say the Bucks have this. The Bucks are just unstoppable this year. They're probably my NFC favorite, and I'm going to go out right now and say the Super Bowl will probably be the Bucks versus the Chargers if we play everything the way it is right now. NFC East, the Eagles going to win this division. There's no question in my mind. They're winning their games. They're playing their games. They're putting the time in. They've got more home games. Just overall better team play than... I haven't seen the new Giants owner yet, though, so I could be wrong here. He's better than me. The new Redskins owner, the unit's son, he's a good player, but he's taking some time to get used to the settings and everything as well. He'll be this is going to turn into a great division down the road, but Max got this division this year, but I'm still going to play my butt off and try to beat both the Eagles and the Giants. And then we got the NFC West. I'm going to go out. I don't think anybody's taking the Seahawks down. I think it's going to be the Seahawks division. So there's my picks. We'll look back and see how I did at the end of the season. Let's go look at some of the stats real quick before we sign off here. Hopefully somebody watched this. I may save it to YouTube or something. I don't know why I put the helmet on. It's just funny. I think it's my little kid's helmet. So maybe I should play all my games streaming with my helmet. I got a new setup, so I'm going to try to stream with my games wearing the helmet. Maybe even put on a jersey. Who knows? I mean, it's going to get crazy. I got to do something to get focused in this game because I haven't been playing Madden enough. I got to get back into Madden. Let's go look at the stats real quick before we sign off. Let's see if we got any viewers. I'm not even sure if we got any viewers or not. All right, let's see here. Who do we got? Let's go to the NFL. Hey, we got some viewers. We got 3 viewers. I don't know who the hell they are, but they got 3 viewers. This is great. So let's look and see here. Let's look at some of the leaders. Got my helmet on. We're fired up. We're talking UFL football. It doesn't get any better than this. We just need to get guys excited about the UFL again. I remember when I used to listen to the radio shows. I'd be on there like, man, I hope they talk about my team. Man, I hope they talk about the Cowboys this week. And then they'd mention some little blurb about the Cowboys, and I'd be fired up. Man, I got to be as good as these guys because these guys in the UFL, they play the game the way it should be. They're good. They win Super Bowls in other divisions all the time. We've been 30 seasons, so it's tough to keep a season going that long. So hats off to Marlo for keeping the game in the season going for 30 seasons. You don't see many UFL type leagues out there where they've stayed together 30 seasons. It's tough. I mean, people get rubbed the wrong way. You played the same guys over and over. We have a lot of parity, so that it helps keep the league together. It's not a one-way show, except for the Raiders, who won like 6 Super Bowls or 7 Super Bowls. I'm not sure what the count is now. It's so high. But, I mean, everybody can play with everybody. It's not like they're just getting dominated and blown out. Look at this. The league leading in passing is the Bucs, Jameis Winston. I do think this is my NFC favorite team, the Bucs. They're probably going to be playing either the Raiders or the Chargers. And I'm leaning for an NFC Super Bowl champion here. I think we can take the AFC again this time, but we'll see. So look, completion percentage. Let's go to these good guys that have passed for a lot of yards. 64, 65, Andy Dalton, and Andrew Luck, Eli Manning. It's sad to see Ryan go. He was playing pretty good. So yards per game, nobody's averaging a lot of yards per game. And on Madden, if you saw All Pro versus All Madden, there's probably a drastic drop. But these are going to improve. People are going to figure out how to play. They're going to patch the game. There are going to be things that change. The ratings, Winston's really the only great rating over 100. And you notice these guys don't get sacked. That's the thing. Eli's been sacked 44 times. Wow. Poor Ryan. These guys don't get sacked a whole lot. But the interceptions, 27-14. You're not going to see the Bucs complaining about the DBs being too overpowered. He's making the right reads. Look at that. That's crazy. Derek Carr, 16-25, 17, 34, 33. Andrew Luck. So we've only got 2 quarterbacks with more touchdowns than interceptions. Wow, it gets really nasty when you get down here. The Chargers, a successful team. Look at that. Probably any of the top teams, you're going to look, their TDs are going to be more than their interceptions consistently. That's what makes you a top team, is you don't turn the ball over. Let's see who's leading the category. So Andrew Dalton, Tom Brady, Kaiser, rookie, but still tough. Aaron Rodgers, that's unusual. Jared Goff, that's unusual for the Rams as well. So normally he doesn't throw a lot. And these guys are probably got more interceptions because they're actually trying to pass the ball. They're making the reads. They're not trying to just run the ball the whole game. They're actually making pass reads. And these guys that are passing the ball, they're going to get better. It's gonna show there. Let's look at the rushing stats real quick. Christian McCaffrey, the rookie. This guy has had a great season. He's probably going to win the thing. Jordan Howard right behind him. Melvin Gordon. The Chargers always have a great running game, always. Lynch, David Johnson, Gurley. He's amazing when you play this guy. I bet it runs after. If you look at, do they have yardage after contact on here? Yeah, this guy's got to be leading the league. Nope, Freeman's beating him. Wow. So Freeman's beating Gurley. So I guess I did play Freeman, but Gurley just sticks out in my mind. You touch the dude, he's not going down. I don't know why Gordon shows Dot Gordon. That's kind of weird, but these guys that get yards after contact, invaluable to your teams. So we got a few guys already over 1,000 yards. I think we'd be close to 1,000 if we wouldn't have got hurt, but the injury really hurt us on our side. Receiving. Now, these guys should get gold stars. Anybody that's got 1,000 yards receiving with the receiver right now should be considered elite of elite, because the DBs do make some picks. Julio Jones, he may force it a little bit there too much, but he gets him a lot of passes. You got Amari Cooper. He's going to make the yards. Moncrief, Beckham Jr., great player. This is where I really wish I could get Dez. I need to get Dez in these top 5 receivers. Let's look at yardage-wise instead of catches. Julio, that we got 2 Raiders right there. That's crazy. So he spreads the ball around. You can't just, when you play the Falcons, you focus on Julio Jones. Stop him, you're going to win the game. You do that to the Raiders, you stop Robinson, then Cooper's going to tear you apart. So that's what makes the good teams too, having more than one option to go to on the passing. These guys are good. I'm still saying it's going to be the Falcons and Raiders or the Chargers. Probably that the AFC West is going to be fun to watch. So hopefully we can stick it together and pull this thing out. Let's look at defense. Let's look at sacks, because that's always huge. It's going to be the Chargers. Melvin Ingram, this guy's a monster. He's also got Bosa on the line as well. So he's got 17 sacks. Miller's got 17. Griffin's got 13. Donald's got 13. And then Bosa's got 10. So you face the Chargers, you're going to be getting hit. Look at interceptions. So the Bucs got the leading on the interceptions. We got Smith on the interceptions. Justin's on the interceptions. I do like that there's not as many linebackers. Last year you'd had a lot of linebackers in here. There's a few down here, but you don't. These are usually users that know what they're doing pretty well. Tackles for loss. This is probably my favorite stat that gets overlooked. So Von Miller. These are great stats. When they're making the push and stopping the running backs behind the line of scrimmage, this is great. All right, that's all I got on stats. Let's go look at awards real quick. We've got a few minutes left. Got to make some dinner. Let's go check out the awards, see how everybody's doing. So UFL, I'm going to stream with my new setup, see if I can stream my games like this. Hopefully the quality's okay and you can hear me. I don't even know. I'll check it afterwards. I haven't even tested it. I'm just screwing around this morning. Didn't have anything better to do. So let's look at the NFL. Gordon, Lynch, McCaffrey. This is a race. These guys, this is nowhere near set. Who knows who's going to win this MVP race. Coach of the Year, the Jets. If they make the playoffs, which look like they're going to, you can't say the Jets aren't Coach of the Year. This is a great season by the Jets. 100% agree with that. Let's go look at the AFC. Offensive Player of the Year. This is going to come down to whoever wins the division, I'm assuming. Joe Mixon, that's great to see him in there. So he might actually sneak up and win this, but I really think it's going to be the winner of this division. Defensive Player of the Year, Von Miller. I'm surprised Ingram's not up there with all those sacks. Miller must be making a lot of tackles, so that's huge. We'll see how that goes and turns out, too. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Joe Mixon is good. Fournette, he's having a great season. Corey Davis having a good season. Well, we got two Titans on the list. So usually what this means is you're going to have a great season next year if you got rookies playing like this. Next season they're going to be great. Carl Lawson, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's had a good season. And you can see that this Jamal Adams, I think he's going to actually win it, though. We'll see how it turns out if the Jets make the playoffs. Or when they make the playoffs, I'm fairly certain they got their division wrapped up. Best quarterback, Andrew Luck. Phillip Rivers, again, these are the guys who aren't turning the ball over, so they got more TDs and interceptions, and their teams are actually doing okay. But Andrew Luck's losing. It's interesting to see a 5-5 guy as best quarterback. So it tells you we need to focus on our quarterback play in the UFL with this Madden settings, and we just got to figure out how to do it. We got running back Melvin Gordon, of course, and Lynch. These guys are going to battle it all the way out. Bernard might actually sneak up in there. We'll see. Best wide receiver, Allen Robertson. Look at that. 2 Raiders receivers up there. That's insane. And then the Chargers, Keaton Allen. They got a good running game. They got a good passing game. Both of these teams. So that tells you how you win. You have a good running game, a good passing game. You're tough to beat. Jets got their wide receiver in here as well. Best offensive line. I'm not sure how this even works in the stats because it's kind of odd. I don't know if it's pancakes or what, but the Raiders definitely have the offensive line. 4 of their 5 linemen are in the best. So that's good. That's always nice. And defensive linemen, you got Von Miller, you got Ingram. This is pretty. You saw those sacks, you saw the tackles. Constant theme: the Chargers being up here in every category. Linebacker looks to be the spot they don't have the stronghold on. You got the Ravens. He's got a lot of INTs with Mosley. You got Broncos. You got Irving. And Gooden. He's amazing with Gooden. This guy is a monster in the UFL. I'm surprised he's not like leading the league in number 1 linebacker. Eventually he will be. And then you got Mack. So when you got 3 of your linebackers in the top 7 in the AFC, you got a pretty good defense. Defensive backs, again, the theme is the Raiders and Chargers. They're everywhere on these boards. So Emerson's leading the league in defensive back. McCourtney here. Ballantine, I like this guy. He used to be a Cowboy. I don't know how he's 68 overall, so I don't know how he's hanging with these 2 guys that are so great. So maybe the Browns know something we don't know. Best kicker. This stat probably is most underlooked, but in the key games, this is when you're going to need the kicker. And so, again, the Chargers got the kicker and Janikowski as well. So let's look at the NFC real quick before we go. Get just a couple more to go through. We'll spoil it with best kicker first. Everybody's favorite category. Eagles, they do have a good kicker. He kicked some long kicks against me in our game before the game got out of hand, and the Eagles just whipped us like it was crazy. Bailey, he's decent. I got to get better with the sticks. We'll see. I missed some that I should have made. Offensive Player of the Year, Jordan Howard. McCaffrey, this rookie here, he's going to be Rookie of the Year. You can tell if he's already up here. David Johnson, Julio Jones. So you can see we got wide receivers. We got running backs, Gurley. So this is going to be interesting who wins this. A 5-5 team, again, Offensive Player of the Year. You don't see that much. But stats are hard to come by this season, which is kind of interesting. Defensive Player of the Year. David's going to have this probably wrapped up. Wagner, he's good every year, and Donald as well. So, be interesting. I think the Bucs are going to have this wrapped up. Wagner could come in and win this, but we'll see how this turns out. Offensive Rookie of the Year, McCaffrey. He's having a great season for a rookie at running back. Guy can run the ball. The Panthers, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Evans. We got Foster here. Williams. Wow, I didn't realize Williams was in the running. And then, so we got 2 49ers. These guys are going to be good in the future. We'll wait and see. I don't have any rookies for the Cowboys that are doing anything. My whole team, nobody's doing anything. Best quarterback, Winston. That's good to see. I do think the Bucs are the team to beat. Seahawks could be right there with them, but the Bucs are just hot. I've watched them play a few games. They're good, really good. Running back, we got David Johnson. Having a good running back in this league is going to be helpful and critical because it's hard to pass. You got to lay it on the line on the run game, and hopefully if you get stopped in the run, you got a receiver. In the AFC, you can see the teams are pretty dynamic and verse, but here in the NFC, you don't see that. I guess you got the Falcons with the best. They got a sixth, and then they got the number 1 wide receiver, but you don't see that a whole lot. But the Bucs here got 2 receivers. I guess I'm mistaken there because the Bucs, that's the team. You can see I'm surprised their running back isn't. He's up here. He's like number 7. He's not terrible, but the Bucs are definitely a passing team too. So very interesting to see how this one plays out. Offensive line, my Cowboy guy gets it. I don't know how. Like I said, I don't know how this stat comes about. Guy hasn't done much. Running game's okay, not great. I guess maybe overall stats. Aaron Donald, defensive line player of the year. He probably wins this every season the rest of the way through. The guy is a monster out there. Best linebacker, David's got this one. We got Thompson coming in as well. And then you see another Falcons. You can really see the top teams, the Bucs and the Falcons. Falcons have had some close games, but they've had some bad games too. If they take those bad games out, they'd be right there in the hunt. So I think next year you're going to see the Falcons really make a play for it. DBs, we got Harrison Smith here, Justin Evans, the Rams, Joyner, Earl Thomas, my favorite guy in the whole game, but never had him on my team. I'd love to, the Longhorn. I really think the Bucs, you can see they got top 1 or 2 or 3 players in every one of these categories. The Bucs are going to be the NFC team. We'll just wait and see. But then kicker of the year, we already showed that. So that's all I got. Crazy video. Got my helmet on. Got to get more focused on the game. Got to come out, win some games. 29th in passing. That's terrible. Got to get better at that. There's pretty much everything. The good news is I can get better at everything, but we'll see. Only way to go is up. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining and watching. See y'all.